This is a recap of season 1 of Euphoria to freshen up our minds and get prepared for season 2 that's coming out soon. Season 1, episode 1, titled Pilot, came out June 16th, 2019. We see Rue, played by Zendaya, literally being born 3 days after 9/11. We move on to a scene of her as a little girl looking up at the light in her kitchen area, and she is counting the numbers that she sees in the light that aren't actually there. Suspicious. Cut to a scene of her being diagnosed with different mental disorders and her mom setting up her pills in a pill organizer container thing. Gives her sort of a small pep talk about how a lot of brilliant people struggle with the things she's struggling with. Vincent Van Gogh. Cuts to a scene of him shooting himself. Sylvia Plath cuts to a scene of her unaliving herself by sticking her head in the oven. Then her mom says, quote, "And your favorite, Britney Spears." Cuts to a scene of her 2007 era meltdown. We see an older girl asking her mom for a tampon from her mom's bathroom. Then a quick montage of her basically sneaking the drugs that are in her mom's bathroom. We hear the beginning of Labyrinth When I R.I.P. as Rue does cocaine. Then we finally get to the show's title scene, Euphoria, while Beyonce's Hold Up plays in the background. A lot has happened and we're only like at the title scene right now. How are we doing? Alright, Rue gets sent to rehab. She's riding home with her mom and her sister after being picked up from rehab. And we get a scene of some girl riding her bike and Rue is like, hello. Basically, this girl catches Rue's attention. We learn that this girl's name is Jules. Rue buys drugs as soon as she gets home from rehab. Quote, "Some new girl in town, ... came in yesterday looking all Sailor Moon and shit." End quote. This is Fesco, Rue's drug dealer. He has just said this, and now I can't think of Jules without thinking of Sailor Moon aesthetics, and I think that's pretty dope. We meet Nate Jacobs, douche canoe. That's all you need to know about him. He's driving, starts harassing Jules while she's riding her bike, and she falls down, gets a massive boo-boo on her thigh, but it's on this thigh, not on that thigh. We learn Jules is friends with some girl named Kat, or at least knows her from summer school. This is important later, trust me. Jules is on the hookup apps and is chatting with some person named Dominant Daddy. Rue has to do a pee test to prove she's still clean to her mom. We learn she went to rehab because she overdosed. We also learned that it was her little sister that found her laying on her bedroom floor. Yeah, the scene is pretty heavy and hard to watch. She passes her pee test and asks her mom if she can spend the night at a friend's house, and she gives her the green light. We cut to Jules injecting something on her thigh and getting ready to go out. She's messaging Dominant Daddy again, knocks at the door that's at a hotel motel area. We at the hotel motel Holiday Inn? Are those the lyrics by Pitbull? I don't know. Nate Jacob is back in another scene with his boys looking at some sex stuff on his phone, and they're all like, "Hey, don't like him." We see Nate's friend McKay and a character named Cassie getting ready to hook up and eventually having the sexy time, while Rue is doing a narration of things people search up on adult video sites, the hub. McKay does the thing he sees in those sites to Cassie, and Cassie is not about it. She's like, "No thank you, Hadouken," pushes him away, and McKay is like, "My bad." Not to downplay the scene, it's actually dope how it shows how watching these videos on the hub can affect you when it comes to having the sexy time in real life. Like, it kind of messes with your idea of what sexy time is supposed to be, because you try to recreate what you see in these videos, and that's meant, for more fantasy, not educational purpose, if that makes sense. So I thought this scene was pretty cool. Oh, back to the motel with Jules. We see Dominant Daddy, and he's married because we see a ring on his finger. They're hooking up, and he's way aggressive on her, like uncomfortably aggressive, and says the most disgusting line ever. "You're so clean, you don't know how rare that is." Disgusting. And he whispers it in her ear, like, what kind of Twilight Zone yin yang twin stuff is that? If you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't know. His cell phone buzzes while he's taking a shower, and Jules picks it up, and we see a photo of his family on his lock screen. Jules is at the party and does drugs. We are introduced to one of the coolest shots ever. Don't do drugs, but this shot is really, really cool. She's walking in the hallway and the room starts spinning. She's walking on the ground and the walls and the ceiling. The shot is so dope. And if you look up the behind the scenes of how they do this shot, like, chef kisses, basically to show her hallucinating and tripping out while on drugs. It's like the physical representation of what would be going on in her mind, but we get to see it as a viewer. It's pretty cool. At the same party, Maddie, Nate's ex or girlfriend, I think they're broken up or taking a break at this point, and him are going back and forth trying to make each other jealous. Maddie tries to have the sexy time with some dude in the pool. This is important later. Nate's big mad that she's messing with the dude at the pool, goes bootleg Hulk on everyone and kicks everyone out of the party. He notices Jules because now she's at the same party after her hookup with Dominant Daddy. Kat invited her. See, this is why I mentioned Kat earlier and their like interaction, because Jules would have not came to this party if she had not met Kat and Kat had not invited Jules. You see how it's coming full circle? He's all harassing Jules again. Jules is like, hey, let's chill. Then Nate is all like, I'm white man and scary, fee fi fo fum. And Jules is like, Uno reverse card and pulls out a knife on him and starts going actual She-Hulk on him. And Nate is all like, let's chill. Then to prove a point to Nate, Jules slashes her arm with a knife. Very, very intense scene. Followed by Jules just casually saying, by the way, I'm Jules. I just moved here. Like, she didn't just slash her arm in front of everyone and point a knife at someone just so casually. By the way, I'm Jules. I just moved here. Jules has Rue's attention fully now. We learned that Kat has lost her virginity at this party. Jules and Rue chat and go home together. Rue takes care of Jules slash. Nate goes back to his house after the party. He's going up the stairs and an M. Night Shyamalan. I never learned how to say his name. Shyamalan. In an M. Night Shyamalan plot twist, we see a family photo on the wall. The same family photo that was on Dominant Daddy's lock screen. Therefore, we have learned that Dominant Daddy is Nate Jacobs' daddy, but like actual daddy, not hookup daddy. Rue and Jules are laying on the bed, and Rue asks if she wants to get high. That's the end of episode 1 of season 1 of Euphoria. Season 1, episode 2, titled Stuntin' Like My Daddy, premiered June 23rd, 2019. Rue is narrating. When Nate Jacobs was 11 years old, he found his dad's porn collection. Basically, he found his dad's homemade videos of him messing around with what seemed to be underage boys. Watching your dad do sexy time is traumatizing itself, but adding the fact that it is with guys and they look so young, definitely going to mess you up mentally. A montage of Nate working out, still at a young age, potential coping mechanism of the trauma of watching his dad's video. This opening narration is basically Nate's origin story. In my notes, I accidentally wrote Oregon, not origin, so it reads this opening narration is basically Nate's origin story, which is really funny, but no, it's his origin story. Works out, gets buff, joins high school football team. We learn he doesn't feel comfortable with how comfortable guys are being naked around each other in the locker room. Again, because of the videos he found of his dad at freaking age 11. The trauma seemed to materialize into some internal homophobia. We also learned that Nate Jacobs does not like body hair on the ladies. He likes Maddie because, quote, she's hairless, and liked her because she was a virgin. We get a shot of him opening up his daddy's work office area space at home where he found the videos at age 11, hinting that he was trying to see more of the videos. Maybe that he's been watching his dad's videos secretly this entire time. His dad comes in and he's like, hey, and he just walks away. So like he never actually goes into the room this time. A cute scene of Rue looking up at Jules at school, but then turns kind of problematic because they're having a small competition of who's more crazy, basically. Rue that went to rehab or Jules that slashed her arm at the party. It's like a weird scene. Kat is in class sitting next to some white boy named Ethan. The fact that he's white is important in this scene. Quote, hey, I'm Ethan. Kat, please don't be a mass shooter. And I oop. Okay. They talk, some banter, get to know each other, Love Island style, but not really because they're in high school. But it is Euphoria high school, so the rules are different here. They're doing the first day of school thing where you talk about what you did over the summer. Rue has to speak, and there's a montage of her having a good time with her family, but also the bad things that happen because, remember, Rue overdosed and had to go to rehab. There's a scene of Rue doing drugs in the bathroom, her school bathroom, just casually pulling out some pills to get high. A scene of Nate Jacobs being a creeper, stalking and watching some dude from his truck. We learned that the first time Rue tried Oxycontin was when she was 13. Jules is back on the hookup apps, now chatting with Shy Guy 118. I'm sorry, in my mind I'm thinking of this little effer. who would cut my ropes and I would fly away in the Mario Party minigames. Hate him. Traumatized me. Maddie sends Kat a video that's been going around of Kat having the sexy time at the party, you know, where she lost her virginity. I guess that the guys filmed it and shared it. So now basically the school knows. Rue, the ship name. Rue and Jules, they're so cute, but I'm also worried the entire season. Anyways, Rue tells Jules that her mom wants to meet Jules, basically, like have her over for dinner or something. Maddie and Nate are in Nate's car. They make up because remember they were fighting at the pool party, but now they're cool, I guess. Oh, on my notes, I wrote, this show makes me want to ride a bike. Everyone rides a bike. I wish I had a bike. I really do want a bike. Rue goes to her dealer to buy more drugs. Nate is stalking the guy again while it rains. The rain doesn't really matter except like it makes it like all gloomy and stuff, but like it doesn't really add to the plot line. I don't know why I included it. Cassie tried to have sexy time with McKay while he tries to vent to her about the frustrations with school. I think McKay is in college. I can't remember. There's just a lot of jumping back and forth between scenes. Like there's a lot happening. So now Rue is at Fesco's, remember her drug dealer, place, but she has to hide because the main head honcho guy that sells the drugs to Fez to sell to people has pulled up in the Sri Lanka. Rue is found by the head honcho and he's all harassing her basically. He offers her some drugs. Fez is all protective like, come on man, that's my little sister, don't. And Rue is low-key freaking out and sissing her head, do not let me die tonight, and takes the drugs. This scene is very unsettling and I'm scared for Rue's life. We're inside the home of the dude Nate was stalking. He has just come home and Nate is sitting on the sofa. This douche canoe basically broke inside. The guy is the guy from the pool that Maddie was trying to have a sexy time with Nate to get Nate jealous in episode 1 of the pool party. And in my notes I wrote, people look different when they're dry. Like I did not recognize him as a pool guy because there he was wet and now he is dry. And it reminded me of Keke Palmer's. I hate to say it, but I don't know who this man is because seriously, he looks so much different, wet versus dry. I don't know. Nate starts beating up the dude, asking if he R-worded her with each punch he takes. It's like Scott Pilgrim combo. New record. Punch, 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 punch. It's a very disturbing scene. So our girl Rue is going to be okay. This scene is, say it with me, very unsettling. Tell me why Nate is out of the shower. Derriere, aka Booty Cheeks Clap Clap Clappers, are out. He took a shower in the guy's bathroom. He just beat up while the dude is laying on the floor, basically bleeding out. This freaking douche canoe. Psychotic. Casey and McKay are having issues. Jules went to pick up Rue because she's too high to function. Maddie and Nate are on a date. Maddie and Nate are on a date. They're going bowling. But on my notes I wrote blowing. They're going blowing. No, but they're going bowling. That's their date. Kat sees how many views her leaked video has on the hub. Light bulb moment for her. She decided she's going to be a cam girl now and sets up an account. She's going to be an entrepreneur. McKay was all upset for Cassie wanting to have sexy time with him earlier, but now is asking for nudes through text. We are back to Jules talking to Shy Guy again through the app. Shy Guy tells her his name is Tyler. It's revealed that Shy Guy 118, aka Tyler, is now aka, but officially, drum rolls please, Nate Jacobs. That's right. Jules is messaging this Tyler guy who is actually Nate Jacobs. So now Jules has hooked up with Nate's dad and is being bamboozled by Nate too. End scene.